Have you ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night not once, not twice, but maybe 3 or 4 times just to go to the bathroom? You lie back down hoping to fall asleep, but your mind is already spinning. Why does this keep happening? Why can't I just dress like I used to? You try to convince yourself it's just part of getting older. Maybe your friends say the same thing, oh, it's normal after 60, but deep down, you wonder, is it really? The truth is, a lot of men over 60 are silently struggling with something they rarely talk about, their prostate health. It shows up in little annoyances, frequent urination, a slower stream, that uncomfortable pressure down there. But over time, these little annoyances grow. They affect your energy, your sleep, your confidence, and yes, even your intimacy. You might not realize it, but your prostate plays a bigger role in your life than most people ever talk about. It's not just a men's health issue tucked away in a doctor's pamphlet. It's something that, when inflamed or enlarged, can truly drain the quality of your daily life. That's why today, we're talking about something powerful. Not a pill, not a surgery, but something simple, something natural, something that may already be sitting quietly on your kitchen counter or could be, starting tomorrow. And talking about a fruit that's been used for generations in some cultures, yet often overlooked by modern medicine. A fruit that's now gaining attention from urologists and researchers for its unique ability to support prostate health and even help shrink inflammation over time. It's called pomegranate. Yes, that bright red fruit filled with little ruby-like seeds. Now, before you roll your eyes or think, how could a fruit help with something as serious as prostate issues? Let's take a moment to explore why this particular fruit is catching the attention of experts. First, think of your prostate like a sponge. Over time, with age and hormonal shifts, especially the increase of a compound called DHT, this sponge starts to swell. That swelling is what leads to those frustrating symptoms: poor flow, urgency, discomfort during intimacy, and those endless bathroom trips at night. And while DHT plays a key role in causing that swelling, inflammation adds fuel to the fire. Here's where pomegranate steps in like a quiet hero. This fruit is packed, and I mean absolutely loaded, with natural compounds called polyphenols. These are powerful antioxidants that reduce inflammation in the body. But pomegranate doesn't just lower general inflammation. Research has shown that it actually helps inhibit the growth of prostate cancer cells in lab settings. Even more, some studies suggest it may slow down the rise of PSA levels. That's the marker doctors often check when looking at prostate issues. And if you're thinking, I've tried juices before, and they're just sugar, you're not wrong to be cautious. But the magic of pomegranate lies in how you use it. It's not about drinking a sugary store-bought juice with added preservatives. It's about using fresh juice in moderation, or better yet, eating the seeds themselves. When you consume pomegranate in its natural form, as close to how it came of the tree as possible, you're getting all of its healing benefits, without the blood sugar spike. Plus, it's not just your prostate that benefits. Those same antioxidants help support heart health, memory, and even boost testosterone levels, naturally something that's deeply connected to a man's vitality, mood, and sexual drive. Now I want to pause for a moment and say this: adding a fruit won't fix everything overnight, but it's a step, and sometimes one small step can open the door to bigger change. Imagine feeling less pressure, more control, and greater comfort in your own body, not from a prescription, but from a daily habit you enjoy and don't think. This is about cutting out all the things you love. It's not. It's about adding the right things. About giving your body what it truly needs so it can heal the way it was designed to. You see, the body doesn't give up on you after 60. It's just waiting for you to start listening again. And this isn't about being perfect with your health. It's about being intentional. About noticing what actually makes you feel better, not just temporarily, but long term. If that means having a small glass of fresh pomegranate juice with breakfast, or tossing the seeds into a salad or bowl of yogurt, then that's a beautiful beginning. And if you're worried that it's too late, that your symptoms are already too far along, I want you to know the body is always healing. Even in your 60s, 70 seconds, and beyond, your cells are still responding to what you feed them. Your prostate is still listening to what you give or don't give your body. So why not give it something good? Something real. Something that's been overlooked for too long. You've probably been told about medications and surgeries. But has anyone ever told you about the power of a fruit? Has anyone ever looked you in the eye and said, there's more you can do? And it starts with something simple. Let that sink in. Because sometimes, The truth is hidden in plain sight. And it's time we start talking about it. Now that we've looked at why pomegranate is so powerful for the prostate and how it works inside your body, let's take this a little deeper. Now that you understand why pomegranate is getting attention not just as a fruit, but as a potential healing food for the prostate, let's talk about how to actually make it part of your daily life and what to expect when you do, because let's face it, at our age, adding something new can feel like just another task. And with everything else going on, from medications to appointments to energy that isn't what it used to be, you want things that are simple, doable, and actually make you feel better. That's exactly what this is about. The beautiful thing about pomegranate is that it's incredibly versatile. You don't need to follow a complicated diet plan or count calories. You don't even need to eat it in large amounts. Just a small, consistent serving a few times a week can start to make a real difference. Let's say you buy a whole pomegranate from the market, bright red, a little heavy in the hand. That weight means it's full of juicy arrows, the little red seeds inside. If peeling it feels like a chore, here's a simple tip. Cut it in half, turn it upside down over a bowl, and tap the back gently with a spoon. The seeds fall right out, like little gems. A handful in your cereal, oatmeal, or plain yogurt in the morning. Done. Refreshing and powerful. Don't want to bother peeling? Many grocery stores now offer fresh pomegranate arrows in small cups, ready to eat. Even just grabbing one of those and snacking on it in the afternoon, instead of that second cup of tea or those salted biscuits, is a tiny shift that supports your prostate, your blood flow, and your energy levels. Now, let's talk about why this fruit works so well and what makes it different from everything else on your plate. Inside those tiny seeds is a compound called punicalagin. You've probably never heard that word before, and that's okay, most people haven't. But punicalagin is a powerful anti-inflammatory that specifically targets inflammation in the prostate. And for men over 60, inflammation is the root of most prostate problems. This inflammation causes the gland to swell, pressing against your urethra, which makes urination uncomfortable, reduces flow, and leads to that annoying need to go again and again. Pomegranate doesn't just reduce that inflammation, it helps soothe the tissue. It encourages better blood flow to the pelvic region, and when your blood is flowing properly, it helps transport oxygen, remove waste, and support healing. That's why some men report not only easier urination, but even improved performance and confidence in the bedroom after a few weeks of adding pomegranate to their diet. Yes, you heard that right. Because when your prostate feels better, your energy improves, your testosterone levels stabilize, and your body starts responding again, not like you're 25, but like a man who's finally giving his body the right tools to do its job. One gentleman I spoke to recently, 68 years old, retired electrician, told me he started adding pomegranate seeds to his breakfast just to try something new. After 3 weeks, he noticed he wasn't waking up as often at night. A month in, he said he felt more energetic during the day, not jumpy, but just clearer, steadier. And then something surprising happened. He felt more like himself again, more in tune with his body, more alive. It's amazing how something so small can bring that kind of shift. Now, does this mean pomegranate is a magic fix? Of course not. No single fruit can do all the work. But what it can do is support your body in doing what it already knows how to do. Heal. And here's the key: consistency. That's what nobody talks about. Not the fancy health gurus, not the quick fix blogs. But the truth is, healing isn't about doing something once. It's about showing up for your body every day with love, with patience, and with trust. Even if it's just a small handful of seeds, even if it's just choosing a fresh juice instead of a sugary snack, even if it's taking 5 minutes to read the label before buying that prostate supplement you saw in an ad. When you begin paying attention to what your body is asking for, and you respond with care, that's when real change begins. And for older men, prostate health isn't just about bathroom habits. It's about dignity, freedom, intimacy. It's about feeling good in your own skin, not embarrassed, not burdened, not anxious. And when something as simple as a fruit can start to restore that balance, it's worth taking seriously. I know some of you might be wondering, isn't this too late for me? My symptoms have been going on for years, but let me remind you, healing doesn't care about the calendar. Your body still listens. Every time you drink water, every time you stretch, every time you choose something nourishing, your body hears that, and it responds. You just have to give it the chance. And that's what pomegranate does. It gives your prostate a fighting chance. In the coming days and weeks, if you decide to bring this into your routine, be gentle with yourself. Don't expect miracles overnight, but do notice the little things, the easier mornings, the quieter nights, the moments when your body feels a bit more comfortable. Those moments are signs that your body is finally breathing again, and you deserve that. You've carried a lot over the years. Family, work, stress, responsibilities, maybe even illness or loss. But now it's time to put a little energy back into you. Not out of vanity, but out of value. Because you still matter. Your comfort matters. Your health matters, and you are worth caring for. Let's continue. When we talk about taking care of the prostate, we're not just talking about an organ tucked away deep inside the body. We're really talking about everything it connects to: your comfort, your energy, your ability to be intimate, and your freedom to go about the day without constantly thinking about the next bathroom stop. That's the real reason men begin seeking out answers. It's not just physical, it's emotional too. You see, the prostate may be small in size, but it can cast a long shadow over your life when it's not functioning well. And many men suffer in silence because they feel embarrassed to talk about it. But here's something you need to know. There's nothing shameful about wanting to feel good in your own body again. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Did you know that your prostate has a strong relationship with your testosterone levels? As we age, testosterone naturally starts to decline, and when that happens, your prostate can become more vulnerable to enlargement, especially under the influence of a more aggressive form of testosterone called DHT. Think of DHT as the troublemaker. It's what causes the prostate to grow bigger and tighter against your urethra. Now, pomegranate, that humble fruit we've been talking about, has been shown in research to naturally reduce DHT levels. Not block them completely, like some medications do, but bring them back into balance. And this matters because when your hormones are balanced, your prostate doesn't overreact. It relaxes. And when your prostate relaxes, so do you. There's another beautiful benefit hidden inside this fruit. It helps protect your blood vessels. You see, blood flow isn't just important for your heart, it's crucial for your sexual function as well. Many men find that their performance starts to decline as they get older, not because of age alone, but because of narrowing arteries, poor circulation, and reduced oxygen flow where it matters most. Pomegranate helps support healthy circulation. It keeps your blood vessels flexible. That means more oxygen, more nutrients, and better function not just in your prostate, but in every part of your body involved in intimacy. And this is where the truth becomes really empowering, because this fruit doesn't just help you pee easier or sleep through the night. It may help you reconnect with your sense of vitality, of manhood, of feeling like yourself again. Let me be clear, this isn't about trying to be 25 again. It's about reclaiming the kind of strength that feels right for your age. That quiet confidence that comes from taking care of your body, listening to what it needs, and honoring yourself enough to make those little changes that add up. When you stop ignoring your symptoms, the slow stream, the frequent urges, the discomfort, and instead ask, what's my body trying to tell me? You open the door to real healing. That's the moment you shift from being a passive patient to an active participant in your health. And you don't need to do it perfectly. You just need to do it with consistency. That might mean starting each morning with a glass of warm water and a few tablespoons of fresh pomegranate seeds, or blending them into a smoothie with banana and spinach, or simply replacing one snack a day with this healing fruit. It's not about restriction, it's about addition, adding what's missing, adding what helps. And here's something I truly want you to hear. You are allowed to feel good again, even in your 60s, even in your 70s. Even if you've had prostate problems for years, you are still capable of healing. You are still deserving of comfort and joy in your body. And if you're dealing with more advanced prostate issues, whether it's a diagnosis of benign prostatic hyperplasia BPH or early signs of prostate cancer, pomegranate can still be a powerful ally. Several studies have shown that pomegranate extract may slow the progression of prostate cancer cells. While it's no replacement for medical care, it's an incredible complement to it, one that supports your body's natural defenses while you follow your doctor's guidance. Even your doctor would likely agree. What you eat does matter. And when it comes to prostate health, a diet rich in anti-inflammatory, antioxidant-rich foods like pomegranate, berries, leafy greens, and omega-3s can help create the environment your body needs to repair and recover. But it starts with one thing. It starts with the decision to take your health seriously, not out of fear, but out of love. Love for your future, love for your family, love for your own peace of mind. Think about it like this. Your body has been loyal to you for decades. It's carried you through hard work, late nights, stress, sickness, and celebrations. Maybe it's gotten a little slower, a little stiffer, a little more demanding. But it's still yours, and it's still listening. So when you give it something healing like pomegranate, you're not just trying a remedy. You're sending a message. I care about you. I'm not giving up on you. I'm here to help. And that message is powerful. Healing isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself every day in small, quiet ways that slowly add up. And today, maybe that starts with choosing a piece of fruit over something processed. Maybe it starts with drinking water before coffee. Maybe it starts with choosing a little more movement, a little more rest, a little more kindness toward yourself. The best part: you don't have to wait for a new year, a doctor's visit, or someone else's permission. You can begin right now, today, because the truth no one tells you is this: your prostate is not your enemy. It's just trying to keep up with the changes of aging. And with the right support, like the natural power found in pomegranate, you can help it return to balance. Let's keep going. Now that we've talked about how pomegranate works inside your body, how it helps reduce inflammation, improve blood flow, and even support hormone balance, let's take a deeper look at something many men hesitate to admit: the emotional side of prostate problems. Because let's be honest, when you're waking up multiple times a night to urinate, when you feel pressure or discomfort down there, or when things aren't quite working the way they used to in the bedroom, it doesn't just affect your body. It weighs on your confidence. It quietly chips away at how you feel about yourself as a man. Maybe no one talks about it in your circle. Maybe you joke about it with friends or brush it off when your partner expresses concern. But deep down, you feel it. The hesitation, the frustration, the silent question: is this the new normal? Is this how things are going to be now? And I'm here to tell you no, it doesn't have to be. You don't have to accept discomfort, awkward moments, or feeling less than just because you've passed a certain age. You are not broken. You are not past your prime. You are simply entering a new phase of your health, one that requires more care, more attention, and a lot more self-respect. That's why adding something like pomegranate to your daily life is more than a dietary change. It's a form of self-respect, a way to show your body that you are still paying attention, still fighting for your comfort, still believing in the possibility of feeling better. Because here's what often happens. As the prostate becomes enlarged, it can press against nerves and blood vessels that impact not only urination, but also sexual function. Men start avoiding intimacy, not because they don't want to, but because they're afraid they'll disappoint their partner or themselves. And that fear can create a cycle. Less confidence leads to less desire. Less desire leads to less activity. And the body, which was already struggling, gets even more sluggish physically and emotionally. But what if we flipped that script? What if instead of pulling back, you leaned in? What if you started giving your body the raw materials it needs to support healing, not just through medications and doctor visits, but through nature itself? Pomegranate helps reduce oxidative stress, a fancy term that simply means it fights off the rusting process that happens inside our bodies. Over time, this antioxidant power supports healthier tissue in the prostate and throughout the reproductive system. It also encourages nitric oxide production, which is essential for proper blood flow. And yes, stronger, more reliable erections. Now, I know this isn't always easy to talk about, especially if you've been taught that discussing sexual health is something to keep quiet, something shameful. But let me tell you something powerful. The men who are brave enough to care for their health, every part of it, are the ones who live with the most freedom. And freedom is exactly what your body is asking for. Freedom from pain, freedom from embarrassment, freedom from restless nights and unspoken worries. That's why I keep coming back to the simplicity of pomegranate. It doesn't demand a prescription. It doesn't come with side effects. It doesn't require you to explain anything to anyone. It's just a small act of daily healing that only you need to know about. Start small. Be consistent. Notice how your body responds. Some men feel lighter within a week, less bloating, easier urination, even a little more stamina. Others feel a difference in their energy or their mood. And almost everyone who stays consistent says the same thing: I feel like myself again. That's the goal. Not to be someone else, but to return to yourself, to the version of you who isn't limited by his prostate or defined by his symptoms. The version who can enjoy his day, his partner, his rest, his walks, his meals without that quiet background anxiety creeping in. And here's a thought I'd like you to sit with for a moment. If nature has given us this fruit, so rich in healing compounds, so delicious, so simple, maybe it's because we were meant to use it. Maybe we've been looking too far away for answers, when the solution was growing on a tree all along. Sometimes healing isn't loud. It's not a major surgery or miracle cure. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it shows up as a red fruit on your plate that reminds you your health is still in your hands. So whether you're already dealing with BPH or just starting to notice the signs, whether you've had good health until now or you're trying to regain what you've lost, pomegranate may be the simplest, most powerful ally you never knew you had. And this message, this truth, is one not many people will tell you. Not because they're hiding it, but because they've forgotten how powerful the basics can be. They've forgotten that what you eat every day matters far more than what you take once a year. You haven't forgotten. You're here, still searching, still learning, still growing. And that is worth celebrating. Let's continue on this path together. Let's pause for a moment. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. Now, think about the journey your body has carried you through. Decades of work, stress, family responsibilities, wins, losses, celebrations. And now, here you are still standing, still learning, still hoping for better health. And that hope, that's your power, because even at 60, 70, or beyond, your body is not finished. It's still listening, still responding, still healing. And that's what I hope you take away from this entire conversation. You are not powerless. Your symptoms do not define you. And with the smallest of shifts, like reaching for a pomegranate instead of something processed, you send your body a signal. I care about you. I want you to feel good again. You see, most people think healing requires some massive overhaul, a brand new diet, strict routines, or endless doctor visits. And sure, sometimes those things help, but more often than not, it's the little changes repeated with care that do the heavy lifting. One fruit, one habit, one act of kindness toward your body. And when it comes to prostate health, this isn't just about peeing more comfortably or sleeping through the night. It's about freedom. It's about feeling in control again. It's about being able to focus on the things that truly matter: your family, your passions, your peace, without the constant interruption of discomfort or doubt. I know many of you watching this might still be unsure. You may be thinking, can something as simple as a fruit really make a difference? And I get it. That doubt is valid. After all, we live in a world that pushes pills before plants, quick fixes over quiet care. But history and science tell a different story. For centuries, natural foods have been the foundation of healing. Before there were prescription drugs, there was food, herbs, roots, fruits, and among them, pomegranate has stood the test of time, not as a miracle, but as a support, a gift from nature designed to work with your body, not override it. The science is finally catching up to what ancient cultures already knew, that pomegranate isn't just sweet and satisfying, it's deeply healing. It calms inflammation, it balances hormones, it protects your blood vessels. It even offers hope to men dealing with serious prostate conditions. So, where do you go from here? You start small, buy one pomegranate, try it, see how it feels, or get a small cup of fresh oils from your local store. Maybe add them to your breakfast or enjoy them as a snack. No pressure. No stress, just curiosity, just care, and maybe from there you build. You might add more healing foods to your diet. Maybe you go for a gentle walk in the morning. Maybe you drink more water. Maybe you take a little more time to breathe, to stretch, to rest, and slowly, very slowly, you start to feel something shift. A little more energy, a little less pressure, a little more clarity. And perhaps the most important part, a quiet return of confidence. The kind that doesn't come from a commercial or a prescription. The kind that comes from knowing you are doing something for yourself. Something good. Something lasting. You deserve that. You've spent your life giving to others. Now it's time to give back to yourself. Not in a flashy, loud way, but in a calm, respectful, powerful way. Because your health isn't gone. It's simply waiting for you to show up for it again. And if this message resonates with you, if you feel seen, encouraged, and inspired, I want you to know you are not alone. There are thousands of men your age walking this same path, quietly searching for answers, quietly hoping to feel good again. And if this video helped shine even a little light on that path, I'm deeply honored to be a part of it. Now, before we finish, I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried pomegranate for your health? Have you noticed any changes in your prostate or energy levels? Or maybe you have your own healing foods or daily habits that help you feel stronger, more comfortable, more you. Drop a comment below. Your story might help another man feel less alone on his journey. And if you found this video valuable, consider giving it a thumbs up. It helps spread the message to more people who need it. Don't forget to subscribe for more simple, natural, and empowering tips to feel your best even after 60. Thank you for watching, for caring about your health, for showing up for yourself today. Here's to living your best life with strength, with comfort, and with peace at any age. You've got this.